What's going on, socialites? I'm your host, Alexis Joy, and as you can see, we are on the rooftop in beautiful, sunny California, and I am sitting here with Zero and Yoko Twazy. How are you all doing today?
Hi.
Hey, what's good?
Good? So before we get into all the music, which is what, of course, everybody wants to know about, let's start off with the names. Where did the names come from?
For me, I never really resonated with my real name. It never felt like it was my name. It still doesn't feel like it's my name. And zero does not mean the number zero. It has a lot of different meanings, and I'll leave that to you guys to try to figure out. But yeah, it kind of just came to me one day, and I kind of just stuck with it, and it felt right. So.
And for you?
Yeah, so for Yoko, Yoko is more on some anime type shit, and I'm big on anime. So and the Twazy part is more like my type of crazy. Like you just turn the fuck up type shit. So you ain't gonna remember Yoko, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We lit as fuck, you feel me?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now I know we both kind of have a history in personal lives having to do with a lot of abuse and domestic violence, which is kind of what started your interest and sparked that rise into music. So if you all don't mind sharing a little bit about how those two kind of correlate to your personal lives.
You know, my biological family has had and still has a lot of issues, and I went through a lot of different forms of mental, physical, verbal abuse. Just not something I think any child should have to kind of really go through. And then on top of that, having a town that was so would rather, not explain to their kids one situation and just let them bully a child and not fixing it, and the parents being just as bad, and just not, small town stuff, when you live in the Bible Belt kind of part of Virginia and stuff like that I went through growing up. But yeah, for me, my message is really, I know his is for domestic violence. Mine, I definitely want to do something for that too, but for me, mine's for bullying, for anti-bullying. I want to try to help, kids understand, hey, it's not right to do that, man.
Right.
You might be going through something that's making you feel some way and insecure about yourself at home, but you don't have to take it out on that other kid because you don't know what they're going through at home either.
Yeah.
So that's for me, that's what that's about.
And how did music kind of influence, or how did that really influence your rise in music and spark your interest into, not just listening to music, but also creating that music?
Again, growing up, I didn't have very many friends. A lot of parents didn't want their kids to be friends with me because of my mom and just asshole people. So I was alone a lot. I didn't have a lot of friends, and the ones I did have, the one kid that stood up for me actually got shot and killed right after he stood up for me, and I was like, I must be cursed, man, because I can't have friends, and the one guy that stood up for me died. So, and I remember just thinking how much, I'm about to cry. I remember thinking about how much he wanted to make a difference and how much he was trying to help people. And that was something I wanted to do and still want to do. And so in my alone time, I would write and I would just, get it out. And I found that, more cathartic and better for me to get that feeling out. And those ended up becoming songs one day.
Absolutely. Now for you, Yoko, we know that you said that your mother was tragically murdered in 2011 from a domestic violence incident. You started doing music when you were 5, so Did growing up seeing that domestic violence take place, did that really kind of spark any interest to get started in your career?
It did a lot. Because my brother, I would watch him, get started and really try to see what he was doing. And I couldn't really understand it. And I really didn't get the feeling until I turned 7. And then that's when I started going just just back to back, writing about my life. Cause behind closed doors, people don't know about my life, and it's a story to be sold, not told. But at the same time, I will let you know that I was behind closed doors writing music, point blank, period. School, music, I ain't had no childhood.
Coming from that, I know you say, I have a passion for music. If it wasn't for music, I don't know what I would be doing. How would you say that music has truly saved your life?
Because the fact that how I witnessed how my mother went out, that affects on a person. That affect on anybody. Just to see that actually happen. And that creates, you never know how it might affect somebody else. It might create them to be a serial killer or a murderer or go to jail or look for that person, people, and try to go kill them. Right. So with the music, I thank God that he put me into a position to where it's like, all right, bro, I'm gonna have you doing this. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have you speaking out to the people. I'm gonna have you going hard for your shit.
So how did you all end up connecting with each other?
So I done a pilot. I had started out acting and modeling, and I did a pilot with this little girl, Sophia, who is the cutest little girl ever, and her mom and I became really good friends. And I'm terrified to ask people for help in the industry because I have a lot of friends that are very, very big and very successful, and you know, they're amazing people, and actually they're really great, like almost mentors to me in some ways, but I've been so afraid to ask them for years, like, hey, like, I want to do this too. Could you like put me in the right place? Like, you know, because I don't want to make them feel, I'm sure I know for a fact they get calls every day like that, you know, so I was scared to do it, but finally just was like, I gotta do this, I believe in myself, I gotta just bite the bullet and do it. And I called her and I was like, I need someone, I know you know someone, her boyfriend Dave, and you know, he's heard my music, and he came out here from Miami. He brought him, and I was actually really not sure what to expect because I don't like writing with other people. It's like I tried and it didn't work out, and you know, I'm very like in my head with certain things, and I'm crazy and weird, and turns out so was he. So it kind of actually worked out really well, and we ended up both having blue hair and like both being into anime and getting like video game. Like we're like brother and sister basically. It worked out so great. And he's taught me so much, man, he really have. And I feel like I'm teaching him some stuff too, because we write differently. You know, we both have a different technique of how we write, but in a weird way, it kind of almost like helps us. Like where I lack in some areas, he's better, and he's like helping me fix those. And where he's never even tried to do that, I've figured it out and gotten it down to a science, and I'm teaching him, you know? So that's really cool, and I think that's what's making the music come out so powerful and just quickly. Because we wrote some of this Heartbeat, was it the first night we met or like the second night?
Yeah, Heartbeat
like the second night we met, we were like in one night. I think we did it in a half an hour, Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, we go to the studios in like 3 hours, and we'll do like 6 songs.
Really?
Yeah. Like we have like 6 more being mixed right now. I'm not supposed to say that, but yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, got the exclusive. You heard that right here, only on Hollywood Unlocked. You got the exclusive. Now, speaking about Heartbeat, tell us what we can expect, what type of vibe we can expect from the both of you all. That's your new EP, by the way, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I mean, basically, you can expect the fun. You can expect great vibes. You can expect some crazy shit. A lot of anime shit. Bob your fucking head, bitch, type shit. You know what I'm saying? Go stupid, have fun, cut the negative shit. Like, we're all about that, bro.
Yeah,
That's
light some
basically,
sage.
like, for real.
Absolutely. Sage is a big thing right now. You gotta
Not
get
to
those
call you
vibes
broke.
out.
I just, you feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? I be in my zone.
No, I'm always, I have actually in my backpack and in my purse, I have like Sage and Palo Santo, because Sage is an opener and Palo Santo is a closer. So you want to use, you know, one to open and get rid of all the bad, and then you close it and keep your energy in. So I bring him in the studio. I'm always like, you know, getting the energy right.
Yeah, how is the energy? Like when people come, I know a lot of people who go or who think of studios. I've never been to one personally, but they think just crazy, a bunch of people, alcohol, drugs and stuff like that. What is the studio vibe like when you all are both in the studio?
Yo, all right, so check in. I don't do no drugs. Say no to drugs. All right, so peep game though. So like when we in the studio, it's really crazy because like we vibe on like a different type of level, like to where if she's in there and I'm like, yo, just run that back one more time. She be like, I can't do it. I'll be like, nah, man, fuck that. Can't's not a word, bro. You got this shit. Like, do that shit again. You know what I'm saying? She do that shit again, boom. Knock that.
Yeah, I'll do like a little
bitch
temper,
out the
like,
park,
no,
you feel me?
I can't do it.
Like, it be lit. Like,
you know, and
real,
then he's just
man.
like, oh, do it. It's great.
It be
It
lit.
is actually
Like,
really, thank you for
Oh
doing
my
that. I really
goodness.
appreciate it.
right, no, man, we rock stars.
Like,
man.
because we'll be in this, here's the thing, we'll be in this, when I get cranky like that, it's because we're in the studio from like, what, 2 a.m. to 11 a.m. the next day?
Man, hell yeah. And
We
then,
spent
like,
the night in the studio
for
like a couple
12 more
times.
hours the next
After
day, bro.
Heartbeat, after we
Like,
wrapped from Heartbeat, we went to the studio. We didn't leave till the next day.
Oh
We
my
slept, we
But
brought
it's
back
worth
like
it.
sleeping bags, so we just like kept going.
So we know Zero, your latest EP, Know You. I love the play on words, K-N-O-U. So tell us how you kind of came up with the play on words for that.
I think for me, I always just find like sounds probably silly, I find our system to be kind of wrong. You know, age, what we call each other. I know it's probably gonna sound really crazy to you guys, but it was about stripping away, like, you know, what you think it is. And so for me, I do that with a lot of my stuff. You know, when I released my single, my EP and stuff, a lot of the songs have names and you think it means something, but it really means something else. The spelling is different. Because I want people to dive deeper into things. I want you to really like look at something and go, wait, I don't understand, but like it's very clear. It's very right in your face. You figured it out right away, but some people don't get it. They're like, what is this new?
Right.
Like they don't, you know, they don't understand. But I'm trying to get people to see something in a different light. So that's kind of like where that came from. And the song is about knowing someone, wanting to know them more.
So Yoko, we know that you've worked with names like Waka Flocka, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Alicia Keys, Green Day, Red Hot Chili Peppers. We know those are so just on broad spectrum, so many different industries, so many different genres.
Facts.
How do you just get your inspiration from going from one genre to the next?
Really, I just want to like be different, you know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of artists out there say they want to be different, and you know what I'm saying? It's the difference between saying and actually doing that shit. When you do that shit and you show that shit, then people's gonna be like, oh shit, bro, this is lit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got another mixtape about to drop, and that joint's called Around the World. Around the World means I'm gonna have blues, hip hop, whatever you name it, it's going on there. And I'm gonna shock the world with it, you know?
Yeah. Now, what
Like,
genre would you put your type of music in? Is there one specific genre, or are you just kind of?
I'm a turn up god.
Okay.
Turn up god, man. Straight up. Yoko Twazy, man.
Yes.
Twazy! Oh.
Now, Zero, we also know that some of your influences are Freddie Mercury, David Bowie, Grimes, H.E.R., Cardi B, Michael Jackson, Lady Gaga, and the list just goes on and on. So what do you think that all of those artists kind of do for your style of music as well?
I think for me, what it is like, I mean, Freddie and David are probably two of my biggest inspirations, just because, I don't know if you saw Bohemian Rhapsody, there was, you know, a scene where he's talking about how he wanted to make a new sound, and that was one of the reasons I think Yoko and I really connected too, is for me, my dream with music, as far as like where I wanted the sound to go, was I want people to feel something. I want to make people feel something, and I want to change the way music is perceived. Like, why can't a country singer and a rap singer do a song together? And then that song came out, and everyone loves it. Now there's even a remix with Billy Ray and Miley. Everyone's you know. I was onto it, and now he's doing something like it, you know? So my single that's coming out is gonna be ADHD, and all the songs on there are very much a mix. They're all kind of combining, you know, Evanescence with funk and this with that, and like trying to like change the way people perceive music and show them a new vibe.
Yeah, now what genre would you put your music in?
There's no ADHD all over the place. I want people to, you know what? My music makes you feel something. That's what my music is. That's my genre, feelings.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Now, from all of the music that you all are creating, what is just one thing you want your audience to take away from that?
You guys are my one and onlys. I love you. And please follow and support us. We really love you and we need your support, and it means the world to us at IM0_official.
Yeah, man, I just want y'all to be positive, bro. Go fucking hard, bro. If y'all artists is out there and somebody's telling you can't be shit, fuck that.
Em.
You know what it is, bro. Straight up. You feel me? I got a new track said fuck them anyway. You know what it is.
Yeah,
you know
that's
that?
right.
Just put that out there.
I got one coming
With that
too for
being
girls.
said,
You know what I'm saying?
follow the IG. YOKOTWAZY. YOKOTWAZY. And if you DM me, I'm gonna DM you back. I'm gonna talk to you. You're an important person. Let's fuck the world up
Yo
together.
también.
Yeah!
Now, Yoko, I understand we got a little freestyle coming up. You know, I wish I could freestyle, but I ain't got rhymes like that. So I'm gonna leave that to you. So go ahead and give us what you got.
Hey, we on Hollywood Unlocked. Know that we at the top. LA, baby, and I'm an ATL hip hop. Moving off the bottom, they talking, but moving wristwatch. I got another wristwatch. I just motherfucking bought. Blessings over everything. Blessings ain't no wedding rings. I'm the type of man that you see that never change. Rest in peace, my mama, she tatted up on my arm forever. Any nigga want it, believe me, it's really whatever. I ain't even talking about beef, I'm talking about the feature. Talk about the feature, they got them, but I'm a new creature. Type of the back and flip it over the block with new heaters. I got new heaters that hit harder than hollow seekers. When I say heaters, I'm talking about the albums. Buy that shit. My shit don't live without it. Get the new heartbeat right now. iTunes, everywhere it's at. Bitch, you know that we running soon. Ah!
Mike has officially been dropped. If I had the Hollywood Unlocked right now, if I had the Hollywood Unlocked mic right now, it would be dropped. You heard it right here. The one and only Yoko literally just freestyled through Hollywood Unlocked in the mix. Where else are you gonna get that besides on Hollywood Unlocked?
Hey.
We have the new EP Heartbeat from these two talented artists. You definitely want to check it out and stay tuned for so much more coming from them. Again, I'm your host, Alexis Joy.
I'm Zero.
I'm Yoko Twazy, and we giving you the keys to Hollywood Unlocked, bitch!